Okay, Khan Shalawam Akim, Kahalaim La, Yahaba Shim Yahshab Bashim Kudash. I'm double honest to the Muslim apostles. Thadi Yahweh, Thadi Yahshab for the strength and all to make this video. And Yahweh Tazar, that he also built up from it as well, man. Once more, just a brief ancient Hebrew introduction there. When we say Kal Halalim La, we're saying all praises to. Kal means all, so K-A-L, Kal means all. Halalim, that means praises. Halal is praise in singular form. Halalium is praises in the plural form. And when we say Kal Halalim La, La means to. And then we say Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Yahweh is the name of the Most High God. The world ignorantly calls him God, but that's not his real name. His real name is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists, or he is to be. And of course, Bahashem, Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham, which is S-H-A-M in the ancient Hebrew, means name. And of course, Yahushua means he delivers. Yah meaning he, and then Yahushua meaning deliverer. So, really, that's just a brief introduction there. Oh, and also, Bahashem Racha Kodash, that means in the name of a spirit holy. Racha means spirit, Kodash means holy. And also, it's the brother Ra'azah Racha Halawa Yah speaking. Ra'azah meaning willing, or the will, as in will, or willing. And then Racha means spirit, and Halawa Yah means praise Yahweh. So again, that's just a brief one. But, getting to the point of the video, really, is this is a modern day example of what Jonah experienced, man. I was also reading some comments in some of the YouTube shorts as well, on this story, man, where, as it says here, Kayaka describes being swallowed and spit out by a whale. And that's the same thing that Jonah experienced, man. But that's for a different reason. This was because of, for the Most High to let it be known that if he wanted to, he could do it, man. What happened aforetime can happen today as well. A man getting swallowed up by a whale. So I'll play, parts of the clips as I read it as well. As I read the book of Jonah, I'll read chapter 1 and 2. And it shouldn't be too long, just 2 chapters. Because those 2 chapters really get straight to the point of, why he was swallowed. And of course, what he did to be spat out of the fish as well, man. So let's play this clip, and Yaratazar, we're going to get into the precepts soon as well. Yeah, let's play it. Or, in fact, before I play it, Yaratazar, let me get the shorts. So let's see this one.
¡Hey! Ya, vente. Tranquilo, agarra el bote, agárralo, tranquilo, agárralo, no te subas, agárralo.
Sí, yo pensé que me había comido ya y que me había tragado, pero claro, yo sentía que quizás era una orca, habíamos estado hablando de orcas poco antes, entonces tenía eso en la cabeza, pero ya cuando salí entendí que claro, probablemente era por curiosidad que se había acercado la ballena o quizás como para comunicar algo.
It was definitely to communicate something, man. Really, for those who have a spiritual eye, it's to portray that the Most High did do this to Jonah back in the day, man. Before, and it also shows that he could do it today again, which the Most High Yahweh just showed, man, that he can make a whale to swallow up a man. The thing with Jonah, we're going to read it. Jonah was actually casted into the sea. So he was thrown into the sea, man. He had to spend 3 days there. But yeah, there's some interesting comments, man. You got here. It says he needs to change his name to Jonah. You probably got so-called Christians here, or as we like to call them, anti-Christians, because they ain't really preaching the truth. But you got people here saying, that he needs to change his name to Jonah. There was another interesting one as well that I found, man. I don't know if this was it. Let me see if it's in the comment there. Maybe it's in another one. But yeah, that's really the point right there, man. Let's check this one out.
A father captured the moment.
There was a specific comment that I saw, man, based upon Jonah. It's quite interesting when I saw it too. Yeah, this person says, Alicia Williams, she said, this just proves that the Bible story with Joshua is real. Obviously, she made a mistake. She meant Jonah. But yeah, this was really what happened there. You know, let me play this video as well. Then we're going to get to the story, man.
Swallowed and then spit out by tonight, swallowed by a whale. 23-year-old Adrian Simancas swallowed and then spit out by a humpback whale while kayaking last weekend. It's a truly incredible thing to even imagine. And then, here's this. It was caught on tape.
So you can tell from the, I was going to say a variation of Spanish, but because I'm not even sure if it's a Spanish variation that they speak over there in Chile or if I should call it Chilean. You know, but the point is, really, they were speaking, it's Jake over there, man. That's the point, you know, in Chile. It's Jake over there. Israelites are over there in Chile, man. So, of course, you know, Israelite got swallowed up right there. And, of course, the Most High is using it to prove a point, man, that he can do it. Anytime, any day, man. And he did it with Jonah. That's just basically proof, you know, for that it happened to Jonah, man. Which really, we already believe it by faith, man, that it happened anyways. So let's continue on.
¡Hey! Ya, vente, vente. Tranquilo, agarra el bote, agárralo, tranquilo, agárralo. Agárralo, agárralo, no te subas, agárralo.
His father recorded that video while the two were kayaking in the Strait of Magellan in southern Chile. And Adrian and his father, Del, are here to tell the tale out front tonight. Adrian, I think the whole world has seen this video probably many times. I can't stop watching it. We're showing it again. You are the one there. You're paddling. The waters look very choppy, cold, gray. And then all of a sudden you disappear for several seconds. Can you tell me what happened?
Adrián, ¿me puedes contar lo que sucedió?
Yeah, I was at Bahía El Águila. We were on our back raft, and suddenly I felt like a wave struck me from behind, but it was very, very heavy to be anything like that. So when I turned around, I saw some blue dark colors and white flashing right through my face, and I felt a slimy texture in my cheek. And then it shot up down on me and took me underwater. I closed my eyes because I thought that something would crash into my face, but I didn't feel it like a crash. It was like getting hit by a wave and get the hurricane of water that forms below when you're at the beach. And it was like 1 second of that strange feeling where I thought that I was already eaten by some kind of giant fish. But then I started to feel my water vest that was pulling me outside of the water. And there was 2 seconds until I got to the surface.
Adrian, you talk about feeling something slimy and then...
Yeah. So he had a few seconds in there, man, to experience the mouth of a whale. And of course it would have been slimy because, you know, you could liken that onto saliva as well. You know, if we were to get more technical, you know, it's probably a certain, I don't want to get too technical on it, but the point is probably a texture that's similar to saliva, man. Because obviously saliva's got those enzymes used to digest things. But the point is, he felt that slimy texture, man, because he was within the mouth of the whale as well. And of course, with a few seconds being there, the whale didn't like the taste. Then spat out the flipping kayak and the man as well, man. So and the father had it on video as well. I think there was another clip. Or actually, no, it's in the same clip where the father actually describes that too. But prior to that, let's do some reading as well, because this is the story of which that scenario is rooted from, from the prophet Jonah. So Jonah chapter 1, as you can see here, it says Jonah's disobedience. So that's all the sign for why Jonah got swallowed up by the fish, because he didn't listen to Yahweh. But let's read on, let the things play out, let the scriptures play out. So Jonah chapter 1 verse 1, now the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, arise, go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. So this was Yahweh speaking unto Jonah, man. It says, but Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, and went down to Joppa. And he found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, man, Yahweh. So that's the thing, man. Jonah thought, of course, in his previous mind state, which was of a simple mind, he he thought he could escape from the Most High, man. But of course, the point being is you can't escape a being of whom controls your every action, of whom directs your every action. You can't escape that type of being. Even this very action that Jonah had, the Most High had already planned it out and for it to play out, man. That's the thing. The reason why I say that is because of this precept right here, man. Everything is directed of Yahweh, man. From the animals to us humans, man. So Proverbs 20 and 24, man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? Again, I always mention this whenever I bring out this precept. That's why certain things may happen. You may not fully comprehend why they happen, man. How can a man understand his own way? Because the Most High knows what's going to happen in the future. He knows what you're going to do before you even have the thought of doing it. He knows your plans before you even plan it out, because he's the one who puts the plans in your head. Always remember that. So let's go back to Jonah now. Jonah 1. So Jonah 1 and verse 3 again. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish. Obviously, we can smile about it now, but we all were in that simple state of mind when we were in the world, man. So really, we smile, we may laugh about it, but even unto ourselves, we laugh about ourselves as well, because we've done our foolish things as well in the world too, of which, for the mercy that he's had upon us, man, that we're in this truth right now. And then right now, he's given us the mind of reasoning, and that reasoning is based upon the scriptures, man. So stories like this, man, you learn from. So continuing on, it says, and he found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord Yahweh. Yahweh said, go to Nineveh. This guy's going to Tarshish. But anyways, continue on verse 4. Again, this was in his previous mind state before the Most High put the Spirit upon him to, take up that role, gird up his loins as a man and, be a prophet. Be a man of the Lord, man of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now verse 4, Jonah 1 and 4, but the Lord Yahweh sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So of course, that tempest is really referring to like mighty waves. In fact, let's just get the root word for tempest just to get the meaning there. All right, tempest, yeah.
Strong's H 5591, First reading, Se'er, Se'er. Second reading, Se'ara, Se'ara.
Yeah, so it says Sa'er, but anyways, that's the modern Hebrew. Now it said tempest, it means storm, whirlwind, so of course it's just very mighty waves, man. And of course, you can liken it onto storms as well. The tempest. So Jonah 1 and 4, but the Lord Yahweh sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So of course it was that strong where, of course, the men on the ship would have been contemplating, man, is this ship going to break? You know, so verse 5, then the mariners were afraid, you know, the men on the ship, and cried every man unto his power, and cast forth the warriors that were in the ship. I'm gonna just say the warriors that were in the ship into the sea to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. So as this guy, as the prophet Jonah was sleeping, all the men on board on top were going through hell above, man. And that's what they had to endure. But as Jonah was sleeping, not knowing, well, he wouldn't know. He would have known. You know, there's a way the Most High operates where it's that, you know, if you've done wrong, he's going to make it known to you. He's going to make it clear that this is why you're going through this, man. You know, sometimes it be like that. But for the people of the world, you know, they're in ignorance, so it's not every time that they'll realize that. But for us in this truth, he will make it known. You know, for those times that we may slip up, man, or that we need to seek the mercy of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So, cast forth the wars that were in the ship into the sea. I think that's, wait, hold on, let me actually see the root word of wars, or warres. It's an interesting word, because I haven't really came across that in some time. So article, it says vessel, implement, utensil. So it's some kind of a tool, apparatus, vessel, hunting or war, of music, of labor. So yeah, it says implement or tool, equipment, yoke. So it's some kind of a tool that they were just casting off of the ship, man. For trying to do something to basically make the tempest less impactful to the ship. That's why it says in verse 5, the mariners were afraid and cast and cried every man unto his power. There's only one power, that's Yahweh, man. There's only one power. So of course, despite the ship going there, you know, men of all kinds traveling to different places of different nations. You know, this is it, man. Let me show you something. There's only one power, and that's Yahweh. And of course, Yahushua is his begotten son, the second in commandment of all creation. So 1 Chronicles 16 and 26, for all the gods, you know what, let me start from verse 25. Yeah. 1 Chronicles 16 and 25, for great is the Lord Yahweh, and greatly to be praised. He is also to be feared above all gods. So of course, the gods in lowercase g are referring to the idols of the other nations. Verse 26, for all the gods of the people, the heathen nations, are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. And that's why he can what was I even gonna say? He's the one to be feared above all, man. And he can evoke that fear. Let's go to Jonah again. Jonah 1. I might do a part 2 of this, depending on how much time I take. But Jonah 1 and verse 5. Actually, verse verse 5. Yeah. Then the mariners were afraid and cried out every man unto his power. Now, of course, their idols would have done nothing, because again, they're idols. The so-called gods are idols, which means they're worthless. They have no breath. You know, Wisdom of Solomon 14, chapter 15 and chapter 16 talk on it too. And it says, and cast forth the wars that were in the ship into the sea. So the tools, the utensils, into the sea, man, to lighten it of them. So of course they tried to lighten the ship by ditching the tools, man, certain tools. of the ship. Now, but Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. Again, they were going through hell, and Jonah was sleeping. Verse 6, so the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, what meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy power, if so be that that power will think upon us, that we perish not. So as everyone else was calling upon their idols, they were like, okay, the Most High Yahweh put the spirit upon a certain man to go to Jonah and be like, okay, you call upon your power, man. Let's see what's up with you. Now, verse 7, and they said every one to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So even back in the day, men were far more spiritual than they are right now, man. They were saying, all right, let's see whose judgment this is, man. Because of course judgment comes from the Most High Yahweh, man. So of course he's the one who, when a man, of course, transgresses, goes against the Most High Yahweh, there's a consequence for that, and that's AKA known as judgment. That's why even men, of course, they had their reason. They had far sharper and more spiritual reasoning than the men of today, man. Because obviously it's a wicked world and a wicked vibration that Esau Edom is bringing in. That's why people aren't as spiritual, man. Anyways, so they said they were going to cast lots. So Jonah 1 and 7, and they said everyone to his fellow, come, let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. So that's like another example of casting lots. Where they say it's like the lottery a little bit. But let's say you had let me use that example. Let's say there were 12 balls, 12 balls, and then you wrote like a number on them. You wrote a name on them. Or let's say 12 men. There were 12 men. You wrote the name of them. You can liken that. I'm thinking of the tribes right now because 12 tribes of Israel. But let's say you wrote 12 men, 12 names on the balls, and you shook it around. Then whichever one comes out first, that can be the casted lot, man, of whom whatever purpose it may be for. So that's what they did here, man. Something to that type of manner. Of course, I'm just using a modern day example of balls in a jar and then shaking it up, and then whichever ball comes first, that can be how you cast a lot, man, to confirm something. So that's there. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Jonah 1 and 7, and they said everyone to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. That's when the truth came out, man. Now, verse 8, then said they unto him, tell us, we pray, for whose cause this evil is upon us. What is thine occupation? What do you do, man? What's your job? And whence comest thou? When do you wait? It says whence comest thou? Whence refers to when. So what time do you come here? What is thy country? Where do you come from? And of what people art thou? What's your nationality, as they can say in the modern day. So they were questioning him, man. Bro, this type of tempest is serious, man. Who's done something to piss off their power? And of course, Jonah was the one who pissed off got Yahweh angry, man. And he said unto them, I am an Hebrew, and I fear the Lord Yahweh, the Most High of heaven, which hath made the sea and the dry land. Again, 1 Chronicles 16:26, man. All the gods of the nations are idols. Roughly paraphrasing that one again, because I just read it out recently. So all the idols of all the gods of the nation are idols, and only Yahweh is to be feared, as I mentioned in 1 Chronicles 16:25. I read it previously. So in verse 10, Jonah 1 and 10, then were the men exceedingly afraid, and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, because he had told them. You see, they already connect to the 1 and 2 and then they realized 3 was the answer. And what I mean by that is that, of course, they cast a lot, they landed on Jonah. That's the one. Then, when Jonah told them that he was a Hebrew, and of course he served Yahweh, he had the fear of Yahweh as well, which of course, he needed to show that more with his responsibility there, which, every brother has their own experience, man. Every prophet has their own experience, man. So, it says, and then the men realized when they connected, okay, cast lot is on Jonah. 2, he's a Hebrew and he fears Yahweh. So, of course, 3, it means that he's transgressed against Yahweh, man. He's done something to piss off Yahweh. That's the point. So, it says, for the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord Yahweh because he had told them. So, that's what I meant by, they connected 1 and 2 to bring 3. So, of course, they connected the dots. So, verse 11, then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee that the sea may be calm unto us? Direct, straight to the point. For the sea wrought and was tempestuous. So that was a very severe situation, man, that they were like, we got to do something, man. Jonah, we're going to have to do something. So verse 12, and he said unto them, take me up. And even this one, you could already see the mindset of men back in the day. It's like, all right, we got to deal with this. We got to do this now. Now, verse 12, and he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea. Direct again, man. Like, we got to do this. So shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake, this great tempest is upon you. So imagine that, man. You could liken that onto like collateral damage, or not friendly fire, collateral damage, where the Most High is really focusing on Jonah here. But the thing is, everyone else would have been affected because of Jonah's disobedience. That's the thing. So even in the modern day as well, when we're here in Esau's kingdom, of course, Babylon being America, of course, some of us are in other places, like myself in the UK, and other brothers in other countries. The thing is, wherever we are, we also have an impact upon our surroundings, man. That's to the Rocky Halbashim Yahshua. Of course, when we're good and we walk well with our power as well, with Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, then, even vessels around us may even benefit too, man. Such as your family as well may be seeing, certain blessings as well, which is Yapa as well. But that would be because that's through your obedience to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. Same way where, you may fall short or have disobedience as well. That means you yourself, you'll be affected. Or even the most that could affect your family, man, because of your sake. So again, collateral damage. So it's not just us that's being affected. It's also people around us that can be affected as well by what we do. That's a very heavy spirit, man. But that's why I've got to be grateful to Yahweh Shim Yahshai that we're in that level of connection to him, man. Well, Yahweh Shai, because remember, Yahweh Shai is the mediator. I always say this, man, because Yahweh Shai, he's the one that we need the mercy from, and that we need a connection from in order to get to Yahweh, man. And that's required by, worshiping Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Again, as it says here, just a quick one here. Kiss the Son lest he be angry, man. So, of course, you got to worship Yahweh Shai. So, Psalms 2:12, kiss the Son lest he be angry and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Exactly. And of course, we show our trust in Yahweh Shai as we also obey him by doing these works. And of course, reading the scriptures to nourish our spirits as we pray and as we fast. Man. All of that builds up our faith and our connection to Yahweh Shai, of whom Yahweh Shai we need to have the mercy of Yahweh, because he's the one who's intervening for us. Now, continuing on, it's around verse... read verse 12 again. Jonah 1:12, and he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea, so shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. So again, man, the Millside make it obvious, like, this is why I'm doing this to you, man. This is why I'm doing this to you. It could be revealed through a dream. You may just get a vision, right then and there. When you're sitting down, just get a thought. So it says in verse 30, nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land, but they could not, for the sea wrought and was tempestuous against them. So of course, even though Jonah mentioned like, okay, this is what you gotta do, the men of the boat were like, no. We're gonna try hard. And they rowed his boat away. But of course, it was of the Most High's will for them to still stay on that boat and experience it, man, so that Jonah could get swallowed up. Now we're gonna get to that soon. We're gonna get to the fish swallowing up Jonah, man. Now verse 14, it says, wherefore they cried unto the Lord Yahweh and said, we beseech thee. They were begging, O Lord Yahweh. So now the men were begging Yahweh, the power of Jonah. We beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, for thou, O Lord Yahweh, hast done as it pleased thee. So of course, they were praying unto Yahweh, man. Baba Kushar, let this not be innocent blood on our hands, man, because of course it ain't a light thing to cast a man into the sea, man. That's like murder. I said that's like murder. But yeah, that's what it is though. So that's why they set up the prayer, because Jonah, of course, being a prophet, being spiritual, well, prior to him prophesying, of course, to prophesy in Nineveh. The point is that it's a serious thing when Jonah said, okay, you gotta cast me, you gotta throw me off board. In order for this sea to calm down, you gotta throw me off board, man. So that's why they begged, so that the innocent blood of Jonah wasn't on their hands. And rightfully so, man. Of course, anyone would do that. Anyone of whom Yahweh Shem Yahshua is blessed with the spirit of reasoning would do that. Even a heathen. Well, I say even a heathen. But of course, again, men were more spiritual back in the day, man. But, yeah, man. So verse 15. So they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Then the men feared the Lord Yahweh exceedingly, and offered a sacrifice unto Yahweh and made vows. So of course these men, they experienced the fear. As soon as the sea calmed down after Jonah confirmed it, it was like, damn, man, this is the power that he serves. Damn. So it was a surprise. Now, verse 17, now the Lord Yahweh had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights, man. So, of course, Jonah's reason was by reason of disobedience. For this Israelite here, he got swallowed up by the whale. It was for an example to show that the Most High did it, man. The Most High just giving those occasional reminders that he's the one he did it. He's the one he did it, man. That's the point. Yahweh did it, man. All credit goes to him. So let's continue.
It actually sounds like you're describing maybe what the mouth of the whale looked like when you talk about the gray and blue. Did you realize
As you can see here on the, I don't know what they call it, the banner, it says, Kayaka, swallowed by a whale, I felt a slimy texture on my face. And that's what Jonah would have felt as well, man. Feeling the saliva droplets in the mouth of the whale as the whale was just, swimming by in the sea. And, Jonah, of course, in Jonah chapter 2, the book of Jonah chapter 2, he prayed, man. And then the fish spat him out. And it's interesting how it worked that way too. But I'm going to read that eventually. If you know what, I'm going to read it in the part 2 out as well. I don't want to make it too long. I want to break it down into 2 parts, man. But that was the first part right there, man. That was the first part right there. But that disobedience was because he didn't take heed. In verse 1 where it says, in verse 2 where it says, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. So of course, Yahweh told Jonah to do something. Of course, just like a father, he tells their son to do something. And if the son is disobedient, then there will be a punishment. And this was Jonah's punishment, man. You're going to have to rock in the belly of a fish for quite a while now, for just 3 days. We really, us prophets of today as well, which we were the same ones back in the day because of reincarnation. Again, Yahweh, I keep saying this, but I need to do a lesson on it eventually too, man. But just give it time, okay, give it time. Because I got to study it myself and go with the precepts. And I'll bring out a video on that as well, reincarnation. But yeah, this is our responsibility too. So when the Most High said, "Cry unto Nineveh," roughly paraphrasing in Jonah 1 and 2, this is what we're supposed to do as well, unto Babylon, unto America. Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people. Now, of course, it's Israelites among these other nations, especially Americas, which is the main focus. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching to the Most High. Read the key part is verse 1 where it says, "Cry loud, spare not." So, the same way Jonah was supposed to cry against Nineveh. As it says there, "Rise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it." It's the same way prophets are supposed to do that as well. So a prophet can't just run away from their role, man. Jonah tried to do that, and then how did he end up? 3 days in the fish. And of course he repented. He returned unto Yahweh with mercy, with a humble heart, a humble mind. And then he went to Nineveh and preached, man. He probably was thinking Nineveh ain't the place, man. Nineveh ain't the place to preach, man. There's too much, bullshit and wickedness there, man. It would be probably equivalent to, what's it? Basically, prophets preaching in the hood, man. That's really what it is. So, which of course, really, that's kind of spiritual, because that's where, that's where, let me just get straight to the point, Slakia. But the point is, Jonah avoided their preaching in Nineveh, man. So yeah, so let me get. I said Isaiah 58:1, but let me close it out right now. And Yaratazar, I'm gonna do a part 2 on this, man. So yeah, Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatha, and Yaratazar, that you've also understood as well. In the part 2, I'm gonna read chapter 2 as well. It'll be a quick video, Yaratazar. Yeah, Shalom.